Hello everybody, it's Mr. Hodgson here again. As you can see, I've got the special picture of the church behind me again this morning. Today we're going to be thinking about our shared planet. There are lots of different countries and lots of different people with different ways of life, but the one thing that we all have in common is that we all live on the one planet. Let's begin our assembly by saying together one of those ancient prayers from the Bible that we sometimes use at school assemblies. And if you're together with someone else watching this, perhaps you could say the blue-coloured writing and they could join in with the green-coloured writing, and then both together say the red-coloured writing. I look up at the sky, dark and large above me. Your creation is so beautiful, with stars like diamonds. I feel so small and wonder why you care about me. Yet I know that I am part of your creation too. Just like the animals on land and the fish in the sea, you love me just the way I am. I will praise you, O God, with all of my heart. I will tell everyone the story, the amazing things you do. I'm whistling, laughing, and jumping for joy. I'm singing your song, O God. We know when we share a space with other people, like our home or our school, then we have to have ways of living peacefully and keeping everything fair. We have rules, and we also try and be kind to one another. Well, it's the same for the whole world, really, but there is a problem in our world. For some people, life isn't fair. Some people have a lot more things than other people. But it's not only just the things that we can see that are not shared out fairly. It's other things that we can't see. Things like power. Who has the power to decide what happens to people? Those invisible things like power are not always shared fairly. We know that when we're playing a game, we have to be fair, and we have referees who tell us when we've broken the rules, because the rules are there to keep everything fair. We know that sometimes it's important to shout out and say, "Hey, that's not fair." This week is a special week called Christian Aid Week. There's a charity called Christian Aid, which collects money from people in our country who would like to give, and uses it to help the poorest people in the world. The charity is called Christian Aid because it's organised by lots of churches all over our country. It doesn't mean only Christian people are helped by this charity. Christian Aid helps people all over the world, whichever religion or country they belong to. If they need help, Christian Aid tries to help them. One of the countries where Christian Aid tries to help people is Brazil. It's a very big country in South America. You can see a map of it here. And in that country, there is a huge rainforest called the Amazon, which has billions of trees. And in that forest, there's a group of people who live there called the Quilombola people. And they are one of the people who have lived in the forest for many, many years. And they do an important job in Brazil that is important for the whole world, in fact, because they look after all the beautiful plants and animals in that forest, and they look after the trees. The trees are really important because they make oxygen and keep the atmosphere of our planet good. One of the problems that the Quilombola people face is that some people want to take their land because lots of money can be made from it. I wonder how you'd feel if somebody came to your home and started digging up the trees in your garden to sell the plants in it. It's not very fair, is it? What is extra tricky is that until quite recently, the Quilombola people didn't have the legal papers to say that they owned the land they'd lived on for years, which made it very difficult for them to stop people trespassing on their land and destroying the forest. Christian Aid has helped the Quilombola people in Brazil by helping them to know how to stand up to the companies that want to take their forest away from them. And they've also helped them to get the legal papers to show that it is their land. So in that way, Christian Aid has helped those people not only to protect their own home, but to protect the atmosphere of the whole earth, because those trees in the Amazon forest are so important to the world. And this shows how we're all interconnected, and the people that we may never even have heard of are part of the one world that we all share, and that what they do is important. So the Quilombola people have been helped to stand up and say, that's not fair, and are able to protect the world and their home together. And that's because Christian Aid was able to take some of the money that had been given by people in our country to equip the Quilombola people to do these things.
I'm gonna do something wonderful. I'm gonna make such a difference today. And if everybody does one wonderful thing, think of the happiness that would bring. I'm gonna do something generous. I'm gonna make such a difference today. And if everybody does one generous thing, think of the happiness that would bring. One good deed deserves another. Do a good turn, then you'll see. Pass it forward and you'll cover the earth with wonderful generosity. I'm gonna do something marvelous. I'm gonna make such a difference today. And if everybody does one marvelous thing, think of the happiness that would bring. I'm gonna do something wonderful, generous, marvelous today.
Let's just take a few moments to think. Let's think about how interconnected we all are on our shared planet. Animals, plants, human beings, we all live in the one world. And everything we do affects others. So let's try to be fair and to be kind every day.